What's up, everybody? It's the D. Daryl, and on behalf of Nerdcore Movement, today is my quick review for The Flash, Season 2, Episode 21, The Runaway Dinosaur. Of course, got my handy-dandy notes, as always. I gotta find me a Flash hat, man. I know I'm gonna continue to wear my DC hats, but I need to find a Flash one ASAP, or a villain. If they can find a Zoom one, then that would definitely be a good one. But today I'm just going to give my quickie about what the show was today. Some things I liked, some things I didn't like in my speculation for the next episode. It ain't nothing new. We're going to make this real quick and simple. Based on my notes here, first thing I got was that Barry was able to talk to the Speed Force, which, as they explained in the show, the source of his power. Now, being able to speak to the source of who you are as a person, and it doesn't even have to be the character, in fact, but being able to talk to what makes you tick, really well for me. I really did like the way this episode was directed. Obviously, it was done by Kevin Smith, and I really did enjoy this episode. Kevin knows how to tell a story in a 45-minute series. That could have been an easy 2-episode part, but I really did like how they were able to tell that story in such a short amount of time. Also, while going back and forth between the Speed Force and actual real time. And the fact that Barry is they're teaching Barry to feel a little more, use your team a little more. The way that the Speed Force was talking to him, it makes him wanted him to be as comfortable as possible, so he could really appreciate what he was given. The fact that he was beginning at the house and with Joe, which really wasn't Joe, it was actually the Speed Force. That one, it kind of worked, but it didn't. And then once he got away again, he spoke with Iris. It kind of worked again, but it didn't. I thought that may have been the closest that that the Speed Force almost got Barry to understand what it really wanted him to understand before he lost it and decided to go back after the Shadow. The gravesite I thought was really good, considering the fact that they mentioned that he never visited the gravesite at all. I thought was very powerful before he got back to his house and spoke with his mom. But the relationship between him and his mom, even though he really didn't know her as an older person, was flawless for me. Just flawless. The fact that she started reading the book and then Barry just recited it word for word, page by page until the very end, which made him feel this is what he does, this is why he does it, this is why he's happy. You know, they said it in a Marvel film later. Being who we are means trying to save everybody. That doesn't mean we are going to save everybody, but that doesn't stop us from trying. And the fact that it shows a mother's love, that she would rather die so Barry could live, that's just something a mother, an older, I'm not even a mother, but even a father would want to go through. And I thought that was really powerful for me. And the fact that they used what they called the Speed Force at the time as a force power here, I'm pretty sure they were, getting into the Star Wars agenda over there, especially when Barry brought Jesse back. That must be a new power. I've never seen that power before, but like you said, it's the Speed Force. It doesn't need to be explained. It's just the Speed Force. Did Wally and Jesse get powers? I think they did. Maybe they'll just come a little bit later, or they're better at hiding it than Barry. I personally was expecting when Joe dropped the cup, I thought Wally was going to catch it personally. But him not catching it shows that maybe he has a little bit more control, or he doesn't have it yet. I'm pretty sure we'll see that. If not in later episodes, then definitely in the next season to set up Wally West as maybe a Kid Flash or another Flash. That could definitely be something for me. Let's see. Zoom, obviously gathering the metahuman soldiers. That's Easter eggs galore, really. There's too many villains that I couldn't recognize any. Maybe one, but I'm not 100% sure. And the choice that he gave Caitlin, like, hey, I'm done trying to figure you out. We're either going to do this or we're not. I'm going to go do something. I'm going to come back. If you're here, hooray, this is what we're going to do. If you're gone, then I understand, but you will be shown the same mercy that I'm going to show your friends, which is absolute zero. And the only thing, using Iris as the anchor was pretty good too, to just the fact that they're actually starting to dive into that relationship with those two. We all know that in the comic books and other TV shows and movies they're married, but in this episode, I mean in this seasons, they've been kind of driving that away, and now they're slowly bringing them back together. Just the fact that maybe his father could have brought him back from the Speed Force, but using Iris, especially with the things that she said to him in the previous episodes, I was 100% confident that Iris was going to be able to bring him back from the Speed Force. Those were my good. The only thing that I did not really care about for these episodes was before that actual anchor part, the parts where they were in, their real time. It's not that it didn't do anything for me. I was just more invested in Barry learning from the Speed Force. I could have been okay with that being the whole entire episode with very little of the other characters. Now, I'll say all the other characters were fine for me, especially Cisco learning more about his powers and actually how powerful he can become if he's willing to accept that. But I could have been 100% fine with, and that almost 58 minutes of that episode could have been in the Speed Force from Barry just learning different things, going to different sites and learning who he can be. So, I mean, I don't know what else I can say. They keep topping their last episode. I keep giving them 9s and 9.5. I don't really give out a lot of perfects, but I'm still going to go with a 9 for this one, just because it's another one of those episodes where you don't have to show a whole lot of superpowers and action for it to be a good episode for a superhero character. So as always, I'm going to give it a 9. I thought it was great. I can't wait for next week. I hear that the Katie Cassidy will be in the next episode. Hopefully they can do her better. Maybe the Flash will do her better than they were doing in Arrow. Now don't get me wrong, season 1 and 2 of Arrow I find were great. They're kind of losing me a little bit, but I'm still going to stick out with it for the rest of the season. And I'm also be getting back, now that school's almost over, I will be getting back with DC's Legends tomorrow. That comes out tomorrow, so I'll see if I can shoot that for you guys and get that up before the weekend. Just make sure to visit us at Nerdcore Move. It's MOV capital on the Twitter. And I also want to give special thanks to Damon Martin again. You can catch him on anything, just on any other social media. It's just at Damon Martin. And of course, I'm Daryl. You can catch me on all of my social media, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. It's just at Daryl Smith, DAROL. And I will get to my next video for you guys. And now that my weekends are free, we're going to get more videos. I got a more powerful computer, so we're going to start churning these out here. We're going to start churning them out. I'm going to I need different ideas or different kind of videos to do. I'm more of a movie person. Doesn't mean I can't do things. I will be doing more on comics. We'll see what happens with the rebirth. But like I said, I really do appreciate all the views. And just make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Leave some comments on what I can do to make the video better. Any questions or anyone who might join up with me. It's always the more the better with these kind of things that you're talking about, because you can debate. I'm just sitting here talking to you guys when it's cooler and way better to be talking with you guys. So I really do appreciate you guys, and then until next time, I'll be getting back with you guys. Peace.